Welcome, friends, to another episode of Religious Ruminations where we explore the rich tapestry of faith and tradition that defines our world. Please be advised that the intention behind this video is not to condemn or disparage any religion, but rather to foster understanding. Today, we're diving deep into the intriguing realm of burial practices, comparing the customs of Christianity and Islam. Let's start with Islam. Muslims adhere to the principle of burying their deceased within 24 hours of death. But why? Well, it's rooted in the teachings of the Quran. In Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 256, it states, "To Allah we belong and to Him is our return." This belief emphasizes the swift return of the soul to its creator, urging followers to honor the deceased promptly. Now, let's contrast this with Christian burial practices. While there's no strict timeline for burial, many Christians opt for embalming and elaborate funeral ceremonies, which can be costly and time-consuming. But here's the kicker: the Bible actually provides examples of swift burials aligning with the Islamic tradition. In the Old Testament, we have the story of Abraham, who buried his wife Sarah the same day she died. Genesis 23:4 tells us, "I am a foreigner and stranger among you. Sell me some property for a burial site here so I can bury my dead." We have the story of Rachel, the beloved wife of Jacob, who was buried on the way to Ephrath, also known as Bethlehem. Genesis 35:19-20 tells us, "So Rachel died and was buried on the way to Ephrath," that is Bethlehem. "Over her tomb Jacob set up a pillar, and to this day that pillar marks Rachel's tomb." We also have the account of King Saul and his son Jonathan, who were slain in battle and swiftly buried by the men of Jabesh Gilead. 1 Samuel 31:13 says, "Then they took their bones and buried them under a tamarisk tree at Jabesh, and they fasted 7 days." Even Abraham, the father of all nations, was buried by his sons, Isaac and Ishmael, in the cave of Machpelah shortly after his death. It was customary to bury the deceased promptly, Genesis the 25th of August 10. And in the New Testament, we see a similar practice with Jesus himself. In John 19:40 it says, "Taking Jesus' body, the two of them wrapped it with the spices in strips of linen." This was in accordance with Jewish burial customs. We encounter the poignant story of Lazarus, a dear friend of Jesus. Lazarus was buried on the same day of his death. He had been in the tomb for 4 days when Jesus arrived and raised him from the dead. John 11:17-39. And let's not forget Ananias and Sapphira, whose sudden deaths and immediate burial underscored the seriousness of their deception in Acts May 5th 10. Their swift interment serves as a sobering reminder of the consequences of dishonesty. So, why the departure from these ancient traditions? Why waste resources on embalming and extravagant ceremonies when the Bible itself suggests a simpler approach? It's a question worth pondering. But fear not, my fellow seekers of truth. Let's return to the roots of our faith, embracing the wisdom found within our sacred texts. Whether you're Christian, Muslim, or of any faith, let's honor the departed with reverence and humility, mindful of the teachings that guide us. And with that, I invite you to join me on this journey of discovery. Let's continue to explore the depths of our beliefs, seeking understanding and compassion along the way. Until next time, my friends, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep the faith. Join the conversation by sharing your thoughts in the comments below. How do your religious beliefs shape your views on burial practices? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more thought-provoking content. Until next time, stay curious.